This easy work boxing. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. This video on 50 Cent putting Floyd Mayweather on blast once again. Going on his Twitter account and posting personal messages between the two. I've made videos about this before. You know, I've said this before. To me, it seems like they relationship is a little shaky. And I don't mean shaky as in it's off the Richter scale. I mean it's a little sweet to me. Because these are two men who come back and forth with each other and talk about each other like females. That's something I don't see men doing. Once men part their ways, men part their ways. Men don't try to come back and be cool, or it'll be years down the road or maybe months down the road where two men will come back and try to work something out between each other or see what the problem was. But basically with this argument, I guess 50 Cent texts Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather basically broke down why he ain't fucking with him. He's saying that 50 Cent had something done to P. Rilla, and 50 Cent is still hanging around. I can't think of the guy's name. Some guy who's Floyd's cousin, who Floyd says is a snitch. And that 50 Cent is still cool with Shantae Jackson. And 50 Cent is going back saying, he can't help that he's still cool with Shantae. She cool with Daphne, which I think Daphne is his baby mama. So, he ain't really got no reason to be upset with her just because you ain't fucking with her no more. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to, when he see her, turn his back on her and not say hey to her because you ain't fucking with her no more, Floyd. But with the incident of the guy that's Floyd's cousin, he's saying he's a snitch. 50 Cent is telling Floyd that, hey, the guy who you saying he snitched on, the guy on there and say you the one saying some crazy shit that evidently what Floyd saying is not true. That he's just saying that about the cousin. But, when I go into this, I had to tell you this, first of all, dealing with people who lose their mother at a young age, to me, you really shouldn't deal with them. Because to me, they are not compassionate people. They don't really have the feelings that normal people have. Because when your mother is your everything. You could lose your father, you could lose, whoever. But when you lose your mother, that's a totally different situation in life. And I feel like people who lose their mother at a young age, or just, I can't say born without a mother, when your mother dies on you, especially the way his mother was murdered, they don't have compassion for people. They don't really too much care about people. And, in one of his quotes, he said, when you get shot or something like that, you become more insensitive. So imagine how it feels when you lose your mother, the person who pampers you, the person who shows you the most love in your life. See, people don't understand what it is about 50 Cent and why he does this, because 50 Cent is not an emotional person for real. He doesn't really care about anybody. I mean, to prove that, look at the situation with him and his son. I mean, this is a man who literally gets on the internet and dogs his son, goes back and forth with his son. 50 Cent is, I think, one of them people, just because he sent a check to his son's supposed to kiss his ass. Just because you got me living good or buying me shoes and clothes and things like that, that don't mean nothing. Maybe he just want 50 Cent time. Maybe he wanted 50 Cent in his life as a father. And, 50 Cent always has said, his mother is saying things to put into his head. Well, why don't you get around him to try to put what you want in his head? Maybe it's a misunderstanding. Or maybe that's the way he feels. You know what I'm saying? You've always been a busy man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you for getting your money. I'm not hating on 50 Cent. He don't buy me shit. But I'm just saying, you've been a busy man. You've been making your money and things like that. Maybe you haven't had time to spend with your son. And maybe that's what he wants from you. Money ain't everything to everybody. Especially to a child. A child don't give a fuck about a Mercedes Benz or, or what they dad could give them. They want their time. It's a lot of females running around here right now. Dad is in prison, that I hate to say it, that are whores looking for that daddy feeling. And they go and find men to give them that feeling that their father should have gave them. So, I'm going to go back into the beginning of it. Like I said, it seems like a little sweet relationship to me, because there's certain things that men don't do. Exactly like in the first, what I'm saying, argument they had when 50 Cent, which he brought it up again when he was talking about he can't read and this, that, and the other. And that's just certain things men don't go and do and, and say about other men, especially trying to prove a point in front of the public. That shit that your girlfriend do. Like I said before in my last video, that shit women do. When a man gets into it with his ex-girlfriend goes out her way to let everybody know his secrets, shit that she told him that nobody never knew. So when you see two men doing that, you need to use your third eye. You need to wonder like, hold up, this don't seem right. Because usually when men get into it, like I said, they part ways, or either they'll say something, but 9 times out of 10 they'll end up in a fight, or I don't fuck with you no more. This been a long going, problem between these two where they get back together, cool again, and then it's back to haywire, and then next thing you know, they posting shit on Facebook. No, not Facebook, but Twitter. Twitter is, I'm not on Twitter, but I've been a fan of 50 Cent for years. When he first came out, I thought 50 Cent was the hardest rapper that not ever came out, but at that time was the 100% legit rapper. I went to looking up his profile, saying he was in prison, 19 years old, driving Mercedes Benz, getting money, so automatically I'm like, damn, okay, he a legit dude. But as time has went on, I've steered clearly away from 50 Cent. I love his show Power, but him as a person, I do not like. To me, the things that he does is not what a man should do. Why are you in a good position as you are, but you being messy like a hoe, doing whole shit every day? It's like you literally go out your way to find shit to be messy about. Even with the Deontay Wilder situation and the Big Baby Miller situation. You created that situation. You see, when you exposed that. Big Baby Miller didn't really come out and say that. Big Baby Miller probably, if it's true, he knew he fucked the girl before him. But you were the person who brought it to the spotlight. Every time you're around somebody, you bring gossip and mess to the spotlight. And that clearly shows me that maybe 50 Cent is an unhappy person. Now, any dumbass out there will be out there and be saying, well, 50 Cent got money, why would he be unhappy? Why are any of them unhappy? And we don't know. We don't have their money. But we know that as working class people and people who don't have it, that if we had their money, it wouldn't be shit that we'd be worried about the next man, a real man. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can say this. I was raised around a man. 50 Cent was raised around a man. That grandpa shit wasn't being raised by a man. He was in the street. And by him lacking the emotional points in life from a mother and a father, he has female tendencies. I just gotta be real about it. A lot of people wouldn't understand that. He's a man, but he wasn't brought up around one, so he doesn't understand there's certain things that you shouldn't do. And the things he's doing, going talking about this person, going talking about that person, gossiping about that men don't do that shit. Men don't do that shit. And their relationship, like I said, seems a little sweet to me. You know what I'm saying? We done seen the video. You done seen the videos on YouTube about what's going on in the celebrity world and what they do to get their success and all that shit. So I ain't just making up no stories or just sitting here hating on these men. If they was brought together like that, it's something really going on. You see what I'm saying? Because when a woman sit up and say something about you like that and put your airs out your business, you'll go back to a woman. You only want to hang around a woman because y'all have a relationship of fucking love, situations of feelings. When you see two men doing that, something ain't right. A man would never go and hang back around his homeboy would tell a secret like he can't read to the world, or something that a woman would say when she's angry at you to the world, and you will be back hanging with that homeboy. Men don't do that. And like I said, I'm not hating on these men. I don't have as much money as these men at all. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. I just spit the truth. And anybody watch my videos, I'm coming to you straightforward with nothing but the truth. And as far as 50 Cent saying that, Floyd, I'm not going to sell your cars back. A lot of people don't believe this. And I have to break it down to you. These people are only as rich as what they own. Why you think Floyd buys and owns everything he gets? All the money that's in the bank could be stopped at any time. At any time. They only own the clothes on their back, the jewelry, and their cars. Just because you hear Floyd is a billionaire or on his way to a billionaire don't mean shit. Somebody could stop that shit at any time. Do you understand? People need to understand this world. People need to open their third eye and stop being idol worshippers and just sit up here watching and listening to what people say. Because 50 Cent ain't got no reason to lie on him. 50 Cent expose the truth on him every time. So we probably will see Floyd back in the ring real soon, whether it be MMA or boxing. You see what I'm saying? Because you only own the jewelry, the cars, and the house. And what Floyd always say, I own all my shit. See, that's guns and butter, like you heard in Baby Boy. That shit ain't nothing but real estate. That shit ain't nothing but to come off when you get broke, which is a smart idea. And I hate on Floyd. Very smart for him to buy and own everything he gets. But you have to understand, if he ever sees a hard day, that shit issued out. That shit getting bought. So you have to see why all this shit going on in TMT camp and what's going on and why he's only with the money makers. You see what I'm saying? Fuck the news. Fuck what you simply saying. This man got all this money and all this and that. You don't know that. You've never been in a position to have $1 million. You've never been in the spotlight to know what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? But back on the point of 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? You're a successful man yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got power. You got investments. You got a lot of things going on with you. Why do you feel the need to have to put people on blast? Especially people who you'll say you're friends. Everybody who's been your friend, you fucked over. Even with Young Buck. Young Buck, you got pictures of recorded Young Buck crying. Really crashed this man's career. Really tore up this man's career. You tried it with Rick Ross, but Rick Ross beat you musically, so you couldn't destroy him. Whoever Rick Ross' manager was at that time was very smart. They told him to go at you, but they was going to let music come behind and destroy you because they knew your music was on a decline after the massacre. But, it don't make me no difference. Like I said, I'm not bashing either one of these men. You know what I'm saying? I hope for success for any black man. But as we're talking about the situation of it, you have to wonder what's really going on. A lot of people can't read between the lines. A lot of people so caught up in this world they don't see it. This don't look like a funny style relationship to you. Once a dude would have got on any internet, social media, or even around in the hood and told somebody I couldn't read, I'm done fucking with you. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. Nothing. You was my homie and you wouldn't have told a secret that I only told you that could crush me. That could make people look at me differently. You see what I'm saying? And even though some people, what Floyd said, he wasn't going to fuck back with him, nigga, he wouldn't have been able to even text me. His number been blocked, deleted. He'd have known not to even never text me again. You see what I'm saying? And then you get back on there and say, oh, he mad because he fucking up his money. Or he done fucked up the money. The world don't need to know that. If you really his homeboy, we don't supposed to know shit about what's going on between y'all. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, this man has no emotion. He has no compassion for nobody. And that shit come from him being a child and losing his mother. You have to be real of people who don't have mothers, man. And I don't mean that. I'm not talking about as they got older and their mom passed 21. I'm talking about from childhood, like the age he was, and they realize what happened to their parents. They become less compassionate. They have really no feelings for anyone. They become selfish. So you have to, and he's been proving that. I'm not making this up. He's proved it. Every time you turn around, you see 50 Cent in somebody's business, gossiping about somebody, trying to destroy somebody, trying to bring somebody down. For him to have as much success as he does, this is what this man does. If I was Floyd Mayweather, I'd stay the fuck away from him. I mean, being on some real shit, real man shit. When he would have first did that to me, he would have never known anything about even getting close to me to conversate with me. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing I said like with Floyd and Adrian Broner. They do the same thing. And we done heard, and in my videos, you done seen me talk about Broner being butt naked around with men in hotel rooms. Him and Javante Davis hugging and kissing on videos like it ain't shit. So y'all need to ask yourself this before you say I'm crazy. Ask yourself them questions and open your third eye and think about that. Just think about it. Because if you're a man, you know and you understand, it could have been your closest homeboy. Y'all could have grown with each other since 3 years old. If he would have told some secrets and shit like that, you know you wouldn't fuck with him no more. The only time shit like that happens is when there are feelings and emotions and love. And that only comes when you fucking with a woman. And that's because you fuck and you have sex with that woman. Like I said, I'm gonna get to you real raw and uncut, baby. You can like it or you can not like it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I'm gonna give it to you. The truth is the truth, and there ain't a cloud that can cover it. You understand me? Well, this man does this to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Look how everybody flees the scene from him. Even Gene, Tony Yayo gone. Lloyd Banks gone. Young Buck gone. Gang got the fuck on from jump. Everybody else he fucked with got the fuck on from jump. Nobody likes to be around this dude. Like I said, when he first came out, I thought this nigga was legit. I love 50 Cent. I love the Massacre album. I still listen to it to this day. But as a man, I couldn't fuck with him. I had to keep him 50 feet away from me. 50 feet the fuck away from me. But you know, I just had to come on here and comment, you know, and say my piece on this part. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care about their beef or anything, you know, but if boxing involved with it, if it's news in boxing or somebody who's in boxing, I got to report it to you. But, you know, it's easy work boxing. Thank you for your time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to the videos. I'm out.